This video is on my old North Star computer. These came from the late 70s. Originally there was the Altair computer, and then the Imsai, and then the next in line that I remember was the North Star. And that's what this is here. This is their old logo. And they all came with a wooden box, which made them really attractive over the other computers. I won't put it on. I have 3 chassis and enough parts to make one working North Star. The only thing it's missing is the floppy drives that go right there. It would have been 10 hard-sectored floppies. I don't know if you can still find them, but that's the only thing I think necessary to make it work. You could probably simulate the disk drives by using some of the little like stamp computers or the modern educational computers. So this computer has a processor board, and this was a Z80 processor. The Altair and the Imsai both had an 88er processor running at 2 megahertz, but when the North Star came out, it had a Z80 processor running at 4 megahertz. So it was much more effective, and of course the North Star was the first to come out with integrated floppy drives, so it just booted immediately. Here's a 16K memory board, 32K memory board, and a floppy disk controller board. The motherboard has 2 serial ports and a parallel port on it. So I'm thinking about selling this and trying to find somebody who would actually get it working again. I'm getting old, and this is all the past for me. My work is all spiritual now, and so I don't have much need for this, but I would like to see it go to somebody that could put it back and see what we used to do in the old days, in the late 70s. And here's original catalog from, I think, 1977. And here's a complete manual with all the schematics and how to everything about every board is all in here, so a technician could definitely bring this computer back alive. And there's 1 extra disk controller boards. And then I've also got a number of Teletech boards and stuff that I'll probably try to get rid of too. All of these are single board computers here. There's 3 what are called master computers, and then there's 9 what we call slave computers. They're all single board computers. These all have 64K of memory, except this one here has 128K of memory, and it has a board that we manufactured ourselves that allowed it to hook to a hard drive system. And we only did a couple of those. And then there's some George Morrow boards. That's a hard drive controller and the manual. And this is a really early, what's called a switchboard that he made. It's an I/O port, and it has parallel ports and serial ports. I can't remember, but it's called the switchboard, and it was made by George Morrow's company called Thinker Toys. And then here's a couple other hard disk controllers. And so that's about it on a North Star computer. It looks something like this with a cabinet on. I don't have to sit down.